I wanted to talk about something that I think is really real. Intimidation in the weight room. I think that a lot of people go through this on a regular basis, and not many people know how to handle this problem, and it is holding them back from achieving their goals. I just want to let you know that you're not alone. A lot of people, women and men included, feel this way. I used to feel this way. I remember that I would go to the gym when Kyle did when we were in university, and all I would do was stay on the treadmill, and then I get bored of that and run the track, and then I move on to the Stairmaster, stationary bike, the elliptical, literally every single piece of equipment for cardio that you can think of. And he would be at the gym for 2 hours typically, so think of how much cardio that really is. So it honestly was kind of detrimental to me, and I realized that I was getting really skinny and I didn't like how I looked. And so I knew that entering the weight room was a must in order to develop some feminine curves and to put on just some healthy, lean body mass. So I asked Kyle to help me in the gym and show me around the weight room a little bit. It was the scariest thing ever. I was afraid that people were gonna laugh at me, that all eyes were gonna be on me because I'm a girl, I'm not as experienced as other people, and that basically because I'm not an advanced lifter that I don't belong in there. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not true. Anybody and everybody has a right to be in the weight room, whether you are a beginner, whether you are a female, and you deserve to be in the weight room just like anybody else. So over time, I forced myself to be in the weight room. Now, fast forward 6 or 7 years later, I cannot wait to get into the weight room. I feel like I belong. And it's a nice feeling to go in there feeling completely confident. You can tune everybody out and just do your thing. So number 1 is to not enter the weight room unless you have a plan. I know so many people will say that, well, I don't know how to use the equipment. I don't know where things are. And that can definitely shake up your nerves even more so. Like, it's gonna supercharge them, right? So firstly, when you join a gym, I would highly recommend you get somebody who works there to show you around. They can show you where all of the machines are for different muscle groups, where the dumbbells and the weights are, and for them to show you generally where everything is in the gym. It's gonna take out the uncertainty that you don't know what you're doing a little bit more, because you're gonna know where to go based on the plan that you have. So that leads into the second part, where you go into the gym with a plan. So many people, even now, go to the gym saying, what are you working today? And they'll be like, I don't know. I have no idea. And maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that, which is fine if they're comfortable with that. But most people, if they're wandering around aimlessly, they're gonna feel like people are staring at them. So there's a couple of ways that you can go into the gym where you have a plan, especially for people who are just starting out. There is a bunch of free plans online. My biggest recommendation is to go to bodybuilding.com. The resources are out there. You just got to take the time to put in the research before you enter the weight room. So once you have a plan and you know what your exercises are and what you are doing in the gym, the next step is to actually enter the weight room. I highly recommend either having an iPod or having somebody who's also afraid to enter the weight room to go with you. I was lucky that I had Kyle to show me around, and even though we did our own things, I was able to go and ask him for help when I wasn't sure how to do something or if I felt uncomfortable doing something. But if you don't have the luxury of having a gym partner, the biggest thing to realize, because I know people are afraid that people are gonna stare at them and think that they don't know what they're doing. Most advanced lifters in the gym really aren't concerned with what other people are doing. They're more concerned with their own workouts. So they're typically like, even me for instance, sometimes I don't even see people in the gym because I'm just in the zone. I'm focused on what I'm doing because I have my plan in place, and that's most important to me, is what I'm doing and to make sure that I'm executing according to plan. So most people, they're really not judging or caring what you are doing, even though it may seem like it. Most people, like 99% of them, are willing to help you. And then just my last tip is just to be consistent with it. If you aren't regularly going to the gym and trying your best to get over this fear, it's not gonna happen. The best way to get over a fear is to face it. So if you're doing that, if you're facing your fear on a regular basis, over time, I promise you, entering that weight room is gonna become less and less scary every single time. So be consistent and be patient. The fear of the weight room will go away. It will. Just remember that the people in the gym who you are intimidated by, that they started where you are starting right now. An expert is never born an expert. They always started somewhere. So these people who intimidate you and you may feel uncomfortable in front of, just remember that they were there too once upon a time. The fact that they're still there was their ability to be consistent, and they've gotten over that fear, just like I know you will. So don't ever forget that. And also remember that the best way to grow as a person is putting yourself in uncomfortable situations willingly. So if you have the ability to be comfortable with being uncomfortable in the weight room, just imagine how much better your life is gonna be. We're all in this together.